Hey guys, Bob here. Today is going to be a special video. I've done an enormous library worth of videos, but none will compare to this one. I've worked day and night to secure sponsors for these 2021 headlamps, and it wasn't easy. I've written to a few Lexus dealerships, and the only one that actually reached out to me was a Chinese distributor. Okay, as you can see, it's made in China. And you know how much crap I talk about made in China stuff, but of course, probably 95% of the products out there, even most of the Lexus parts that you're going to buy from the dealership are going to be made in China also. So let's give them a chance, okay? But let me tell you, when you deal with online Chinese businesses, especially the ones that sell these lights, the communication was excruciatingly terrible. The shipping time was obviously terrible. My parts being held at customs was painful. Clarifications on warranty was terrible. The shipping costs were upwards of $300 or more. And if it says free shipping, it's most likely because they already added onto the price of the headlamps. Okay, so don't think you're going to get a good deal if you see something that says free shipping. Okay, but folks, I caved. I bought them anyways for the purpose of this video. But in the future, if you guys are going to go buy these headlamps, try to get them from someone in the United States, somewhere in the States or in Canada, and use your credit card, such as American Express, to ensure product protection, okay? So no matter if the Chinese business doesn't take these lights back, I know American Express will pay out of pocket to reimburse me for them since I used their card. Okay, so that's the good thing about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this shit up and see what's in here. Trust me, guys, I'm just excited as you are to actually see these headlamps. I've seen quite a few of these headlamps online. I've seen people, do a walk around and stuff like that, but nobody actually shows you how to install them. So very few videos online right now that actually shows you how to install them, and if they do show you, it's most likely just a plain walk around and pretty much just to show you the final product, which makes no sense. It does you no good, does me no good. So this is going to be one of the very first videos that actually installs this headlamp. And if you guys are trying to save money by not buying original Lexus OEM, this is the video for you, because if these work, if these Chinese products work, then you just saved yourself a couple of $1,000s. Okay, so here's the box right here. All right, let's go check them out. Wow. So I got to show you guys. It's packaged pretty well. It's got a lot of foam padding on all four corners right here. I'm looking at the tabs and everything. Looks fairly decent. No cracks. It's the clear plastic on it. It comes with harnesses right here. We'll figure out what these harnesses do in a minute. It doesn't come with instructions, so I guess that's where me and you come in to figure all this stuff out. Okay, so let's take a look at these headlamps. Everything's there. I don't see any breaks, cracks, or anything. I've already seen my original headlamps. I know what it looks like. So I'm taking a look at this right now, and I'm making sure everything's there. You want to make sure that there is nothing out of place. You want to make sure that this rubber seal right here is going to hold water and air out, so your lights don't get fogged up. Okay, you're looking for cracks right now, and I don't see any. So let's go ahead and take apart the plastic. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Same as Lexus quality. As far as everything I've seen so far, I don't see anything out of the blue that looks any different. It looks very nicely put together, guys. I don't doubt that this will be a very nice and easy install, but there's only one way to find out: if we actually plug it in and something doesn't work, right? So let's go ahead and look at the plugs for a minute here. These are the only plugs that come out of the car. Okay, I don't know where these go to yet. We'll find out. And it comes with this harness. I don't know where these harnesses go, and we're going to find out in a minute or two. Okay, so what I did next was I pretty much put my car on jack stands. I lifted it up. You don't need to, right? You don't need to. I just wanted to make sure that I have access to the bottom and inside the fender well if I need be, if I need to access any wires or anything like that. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started taking this apart. First things first, guys, you're going to want to lay a carpet on the floor because that's where your front bumper is going to drop. Okay, so don't forget about that. And the next thing you're going to want to do is to both sides, they're identical. You're going to want to take 4 of the 10mm bolts off the side of your fender right here. Okay, there's 1. I already loosened these up, guys. 2 and 3, and the very top one, 4. Okay, and they're going to look like this, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other side. After you guys finish taking both fender screws off, you're going to want to take off 4 additional 10mm on top, okay, that are holding your grill. 1 right here, 1 right here, 1 right here, and 1 right here. All these 4 are attached to your grill, okay? You're going to want to look directly in the center of your grill, and going down, midway down, you're going to see 2 10mm bolts that's holding your brackets together. You need to take off both 10mm. Okay, I'm going to show you in a minute where they are exactly. Okay, so if you're looking at your grill, where your emblem is, your logo is, you're going to go straight down. If you look straight down, here they are. 1 10mm right here, and 1 10mm right here. These both need to come off. Next, you're gonna want to crawl underneath your car where your front bumper plastic is, and you're going to unscrew all the 10mm bolts that are underneath there, that are attaching your bumper to the rest of the car. Okay, this is not rocket science, guys. Just find all the 10mm that are attached to the bottom of your bumper. I don't think I'm gonna need to point all of them out. You guys can pretty much figure it out. Okay, but they're all 10mm that come right off, and they're all attached to the bottom bumper. Next, you're going to want to grab your fender from the side and pull it off. Don't be afraid, guys. Just clip it off. Okay, you're going to want to do it to the other side also. Go ahead and just pull your fender off, and it comes right off, guys. Okay, the next step is on top of your bumper, there's going to be these hinges, right? At the corner of the grill, right here where this pink part is, you're going to have to lift it up so it comes right off. Okay, do it to the other side. This is what's hanging the rest of your bumper on to the car. Once you take that off, trust me, once you take one last pull, your whole entire bumper is going to pretty much drop. So let's try it right now, guys. Just be careful. Okay, pulling the whole entire bumper off. Once you pull the whole entire bumper off, you're going to find out that you're going to have harnesses on the side right here that I'm going to show you in a minute once I take this off. Okay, and the rest is just going to drop just like this. Let me show you what that plug I'm talking about, guys. Okay, right here you're going to have one plug that's going to attach to your fog light assembly. Okay, all you have to do is just unplug it. It's just one tab right here. Push the tab down, and this thing collapses. This thing collapses just like that, and it comes right out, guys. Okay, next, on your passenger side headlamp, you're going to find like a deep hole right here. Okay, this is where another 10mm bolt is going to be. You want to take that 10mm bolt out. Okay, it's going to look like this, guys. Next, you want to go to the top of your headlamps right here. On the top of your headlamps, you're going to have 2 more bolts. Okay, let's go ahead and take those 2 bolts out right now. One is hidden behind this plastic piece right here, and one is right here in plain sight. Okay, the last bolt is going to be right here, right at the front. And for you to get to it, you're going to have to take this plastic and you're going to have to move it out of the way, and it's right here. Your whole headlamp should be loose by now. In order for you to unlock these headlamps out of its place, you're going to have to lift up these tabs because they have ridges right here that holds it in place. Just lift up both sides, okay? There you go. And it should be able to come out right about now. You don't want to completely take it out because right now you're going to unplug the harnesses. Pull the headlamp assembly forward a little bit. You're going to have access to the two plugs that you need to remove. There's going to be a gray plug, and right behind it there's going to be a black plug. All you have to do is just press on the tab and disconnect them. Press on the tab and disconnect them. Your whole entire headlamp assembly should be out by now. So after removing both my headlamps out of the car, and I took out the brand new made in China headlamps, the main difference that I've noticed was the plugs were identical, right? You have a black and gray plug on your Lexus OEM, and you have a black and gray plug on your made in China one, which are identical. I already tested the fit. They are identical. The only difference is on your made in China one, it has an extra plug right here for some sort of LED, or if you look on their website, they make your turn signals into orange, that bottom Viper L-looking shape, and it turns it orange. And I'm not going to go that route. I want to keep everything white as much as possible, okay? I want to keep it stock. The harness that comes with it, I checked into it, and the only difference with this harness is it's identical to the male and female plug of your car and these lights. So I'm thinking this is just an extension in case you can't reach the wires. I don't think you're going to need this. You can just plug this into the car, okay? And the other difference that I can totally tell from this, and I'm a little concerned, but I'm not going to go ahead and cry about it, that your Lexus one is all plastic caps, right, with a rubber seal to keep out water and moisture and all that, right? So it's pretty robust. Down here, you got the plastic cap right here. It's all robust. But on your made in China one, the hole that holds in all the plugs and harnesses that actually go inside your lights, all it is encapsulated with a rubber cap that actually comes right off, okay? It comes right off, and if you don't have this completely plugged in and make sure all the ridges are intact and inserted, and make sure this is totally in, you might get moisture and water in here, and it might fog up your lenses, okay, during a rainy season or something. So that's the only thing I'm concerned of. If you want to go above and beyond, you could get a hot glue gun or some kind of sealant and seal around here just to be sure. You can make it permanent seal if you want to, because you're never going to ever have to remove this for any reason whatsoever, okay? I can't see you guys opening this up just to change a light bulb or anything. That's a no-go. Okay, and if since these are aftermarket, if you want to go ahead and adjust your light beams, you could go ahead and park it in front of your garage, and here are the adjustments, okay? They look like 8mm bolts, one right here and one right here. If you can't get to this once it's installed inside the car, you can actually look inside this hole right here. You see it? It's actually a Phillips screw, so you can stick a Phillips screwdriver in there, turn it clockwise or counterclockwise to do your light beam adjustment. Okay, so other than that, let's go ahead and install this into the car. I'm kind of excited to see what this will do. I just want to make sure that both headlamps are tight and secure with these rubber caps. That's the only thing I'm worried about. You might want to take a look around your headlamps to see if there's any other types of openings that might be a concern. Make sure the seal around your glass and the plastic assembly is completely covered in seal 100%. You never know. You really never know. You can go above and beyond and reseal this if you want to, because these are not cheap, guys. They're not cheap. They are not cheap at all. Okay, let's go ahead and install it into the car. So right now I'm taking my passenger side headlamp and I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. There's the gray plug that we're talking about. It snaps right in with no problems. It went in very smoothly. Let's snap in the black one very smoothly. You see that? It went in very nicely. There was no impediments on making me not get these in. There was no obstructions or anything. So let's go and continue installing this Okay, so let's make sure everything is out of the way. Just slide this back in the same way it came out with your OEM lights. Okay, hopefully this is an exact fit. That's another thing I was worried about, guys. You never know. You never know. And look at that. Look at that. Let me show you the fitment, guys. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. And these are all the holes. All the screws that I took out went right over that ridge. The hidden screw. Okay, let's go ahead and push this in. Oops, I'm going to need both hands for that, but it does go in. Okay, it does go in. Yeah, let's look at this hole down here. Okay, it does line up right there. And you're going to look inside this hidden hole right here on the side. And I do actually see it. So let's go ahead and put the screws in and see if it does fit nicely. I'm going to go ahead and put the 4 screws that came with the assembly. I hope you guys remember what screws went with what, because I sure remember. I'm going to go ahead and put the top one on. Okay. Remember the hidden one that's on the side right here that we were having problems with originally, but not really. I just needed 2 hands to do it. Okay, let's go ahead and put that in. Okay. It's right behind the plastic. You want to push it all the way in just to fill all the creases up, fill all the voids. Okay, you don't want to over torque them, guys, because these are plastic. Okay, you're going to want to do one on the side right here, right? Okay, and one last one. Remember this black flap on the side right here that you have to move out of the way. So let's go ahead and screw that in. Remember, guys, if it's off alignment just by a little, you're going to have to nudge your headlamp to help it along and make it fit, okay? You can make any final adjustment once everything's put together, but most importantly, what you're looking for is the line right here. Are there any voids? Are there any open major gaps? And if none, it's a good fit, okay? And you'll find out the rest if it's a good fit once you put on the rest of your bumper. But I'm going to go ahead and put on the other side right now. Just remember, guys, when you start putting in your assembly, make sure the rubber cap is intact in its place. The rubber cap right here, you don't want any water and moisture getting into your car. Go ahead and plug in the gray plug. Okay, let's see if it's a good fit on this side. And guess what? Plugs right in. Let's see if it's, and let's plug in the black plug. See if it's good fit. Ooh, almost scared me there, but I just had it upside down, guys. Okay, and let's go ahead and squeeze this in here just like the same way you took it out. Make sure all the holes line up. Okay. There you go. And there you go. Okay. Oops. You're going to have to work this a little bit. There you go. Okay. Whew. Let's go ahead and tighten all the bolts. I put all the bolts where they're accessible, guys, because, you know, you can't work with one hand at a time. So I'm going to do my first one on top of here. Remember, while you're screwing, you got to push your headlamp assembly in because you want to fill all the voids and the creases along the line of your bumper and along the line of your fender well. Okay. Okay. If these lights are slightly off just a little bit, I'm not going to cry about it. I have to remember that these are aftermarket, but I'm also saving a lot of money. Trust me. Saving buku bucks, because if you look on eBay or Amazon or wherever you're looking at, you're going to find out that these are about $1,500 each because they advertise left or right hand side. And I'm like, what? Why would I just want to buy one side? Are you freaking ridiculous? If I'm going to buy a set of lights, I'm going to want to buy both sides. Why don't you give me a price for both? There you go. So let me show you the fitment. So what we're looking for, any voids or gaps on the driver's side, and it looks pretty good so far, right? All the screws went in without any fail. It went in perfectly, okay? So right now, before I even bother putting on the bumper, I'm going to want to start it up. Let's go ahead and start it up, guys. and let's see what it looks like. I'm going to start it up. I'm going to turn on the high beams, on and off the high beams, just to show you guys, okay? So sit tight. Remember, my turn signals aren't plugged in, so they might hyperblink or they might even not come on, but we're just looking for a headlamp right now. Okay, are they working, guys? Look at that. Holy smokes. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Holy smokes. Is that nice or what? Woo! I don't know why it shows the flickering on my camera, but real person, it's not flickering at all. So it might be just the glass or something, but it's not flickering. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. So you got 3 LEDs on each side. Look at that. It looks so nice. So let's go ahead and turn on the high beams to show you what the high beams look like. And I'm pretty sure the high beams will emanate from all 6 LED light bulbs. Do they? Holy crap, that's super bright. That's beautiful. Again, guys, I do not understand why the camera shows the bottom V flickering. When I'm looking at it person, it's not flickering at all, so don't worry about that, guys. It's just my camera. That's what happens when you can't afford an iPhone 12. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this bad boy back together. I hope you guys remember how to put the bumper back. Just reverse the process. Okay, you got your 4 screws that's holding the fender together right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Same on the other side. There's nothing different. And on the top, you got one 10 millimeter and your second 10 millimeter that holds the corner of your grill. You got your 2 brackets right here. 1, 2, that holds the top of the grill to the frame of the car. And if you take the logo and you go to the middle, you go straight down, you got these 2 bolts right here that holds the center of the grill to the frame of your car. Okay, so the rest is pretty much doing the bottom 10 millimeter bolts. Okay, I don't have to explain how to do that to you guys. Just put the bottom bolts together that holds the bottom of your bumper. So here's the final walk around, guys, with my turn signals on. Okay, all 6 LED headlamps are on. Turn signals work. The parking lights on the side works fine. Here are the parking lights on the side. Okay, even though they're small and tiny, I don't mind. The big piece of orange right here is just a reflector, so it shouldn't turn on. Okay, so the $1 million question is, do I recommend this? So I seriously hate to say it, guys, but this is probably one of the very first expensive product I've bought from China, and I would have to say it's worth it. I am super satisfied. The fit is perfect. The lights are perfect. Everything on here looks perfect. I don't see any blemishes. I don't see any misalignments. I don't see anything off. The only final check that I would probably do is probably at night, park up next to a wall or your garage and see if your lights align. Because remember, you've taken off your OEM assembly and you put on something else that has, you went from this hole to this big hole to screw a bolt in. So there might be some sort of small minor misalignment on your light beams. Okay, so you know how to adjust your light beams, right? I have a video on that for the same headlamps. There's no difference to it. Okay, I made sure everything works. I made sure there's no check engine lights. I made sure the high beams work. That extra plug that we saw that was just dangling, I can swear up and down and say that that is probably for either an aftermarket item or for your fog lamps or for something else that is probably for a model based on some other country. Maybe for the Prado or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that that plug doesn't do anything because once I plugged in the black and the gray plug for this, everything seems to work fine and perfect. Okay, I turn the lights on and off quite a few times. I did it with the engine on, I did it with the engine off, I did it with the hazards on and off. Everything seems to work fine. And on the camera, my Samsung Note right there, if you see this thing flickering, it's not because of the lights, it's not because of the car, it's the camera itself. If you're actually right here right now, you can actually see this is a really solid piece of white LED. There's no flickering at all. Uh, Car looks badass. It looks like a totally complete different car. Okay, guys? Yeah, I do recommend buying it. You just have to bypass the shipping, the communication with a foreign country. You got to wait a long time just to have this in your hands. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's people that are selling them over here. I actually bought a second set that I'm going to end up selling. If you guys end up buying from me, I'll probably go to your house if you're in the California, in Los Angeles area. I'll come down and help you guys install it. Okay, it's no big deal to me. Am I going to make a huge profit? No. But I'm going to make a little something for you know, waiting hand and foot and taking the grunt of the warranty and making sure it works, making sure everything is working. I'm going to give you that warranty, right? So, but this video is not about me selling products and stuff like that and trying to make a product. That's not what it's about. It's about our long and awaited video on doing a 2021 conversion. And I am so happy, guys. I hope you guys are too. It's been a long process trying to get this video out. All right. Thank you and peace.